Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Beyond the Sewing Room. I'm Diane. So today I thought I'd share another autumn make with you. So I'm going to show you what I intend on making and then I'll show you it completed at the end. So I'll come back at the end so you'll see the finished product. So what I'm going to do is I'm using some fabric that I already have, and this one was gifted to me in a bundle quite a while ago by somebody whose mum had died unfortunately, and she left behind a lot of sewing supplies and fabrics. These were passed on to me and I've been working my way through them. I'm very grateful that I was passed these on and that I can make use of them. And it was so kind of the person who gave them to me. She wouldn't take any money, she just wanted to know that they'd go to a home where they would be used. So that was really nice. And I've already used a few of them in the past, and some of you that follow my channel will have seen them made up. I made a lovely sort of tweed and denim mixed jacket that I really love and that I will treasure, and quite a few other things. Now, what I intend on using today is a pattern that I've used before for a work project, and it's this one. So it's a really beautiful shape, and it's the Alexa frill dress. So it's this one by Liberty Fabrics, and it's a beautiful shape dress. And it does say on the back of the packet that for my size, I will need 2¼ meters if it's 60 wide. Now, I think that this one isn't quite 60 wide, but I do know that I'll be able to get it out because I'll just jiggle around with the pattern pieces a little bit. So this is what I'm intending on making, and I'll show you my fabric. I've measured it out. Now it is a little narrower, but it looks to me like there's about three meters. And I'm not entirely sure what it is. I think it's probably a chalet. I'm not sure, it's got quite a peachy feel to it. But it feels like it's really good quality, and it's a navy, so it'll be perfect for the autumn. I'll hold it up so you can see. So it's navy with this white sort of wild flower design on it. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see to the camera. It's quite a dark day today, so it's quite hard to get a good angle on the fabric. I hope you can just make out the pattern anyway, it's really pretty. So I think that'll work really well. So the top I've got on today has got this bit of a ruffle sleeve going on, which is similar to the one in the picture. And it's also got a ruffle at the bottom. It's got a zip up the back, and it's got that ruffle here. Now I did think that when I made it on the one for the work project that maybe the ruffle was a little bit wide and a little bit deep for me. So I may make it up and then adjust it, but you'll see at the end anyway because I will be showing it. So I'll just decide if that's a little big for me. I might just alter the ruffle at the neck just a little bit. But I'm looking forward to working on this, and I hope you enjoy seeing the end product. So I just want to reiterate that this fabric has not been bought new to me. It is fabric that I've acquired. And if you like to buy lots of fabric, that's great, but that's not something that I do a lot. Every now and again, if it's like birthdays or Christmas, I might go and buy myself a couple of pieces. But other than getting to work on lots of fabrics for my job and then having little bits left, and I try to use those up, wherever possible, I am trying to be really frugal and green with my fabric usage. So, I mean, I've got some pieces on the table here. These are left over from sort of projects. I don't like to get rid of any little bits that are left over. I like to make sure that I use them up. So I've been playing around with these yesterday, thinking they're going to be made into some kind of patchwork project. I do think it's important that we use what we've got and that we try to make use of fabric that's already there also. So that's what I'm trying to do. I've got these pieces that are either left or that have been donated to me, or I've had friends who maybe have bought a bit or had a bit left and have passed that on to me. Wherever possible, I do like to make sure that I am quite green with it. So this top I managed to make out of a small piece that was left over from a piece that I had from a work project. So I know I'm really fortunate in that I get to do that, but I know sometimes people will look at smaller pieces and think, oh, can't really get anything out of that. So I think if we can try and be as thrifty and as frugal as possible with the bits that we've got left, then that's great. So stop back at the end to see what I've made, and I'm going to get on with this now. So I've finished the dress. Now I've opted not to put the frill on the bottom of the sleeve, mainly because I thought I'll be wearing this autumn winter layered up, and the frill on the bottom is probably going to get in my way, and I did quite like the sleeve as it is. So it's still got the pleats at the top here, or rather the gathers at the top, at the shoulder, but not at the bottom. And then it's got the frill on the bottom, but I do find with this pattern it's not a very full frill, so if you wanted it much more gathered than that, you'd have to make your pieces longer than they are in the pattern. Quite dark in here, so don't feel you're getting a very good view of it. It's really raining today, so it's really dark outside. I've got all the lights on, but not really helping. So this frill here around the neck, I've done some additional stitches on the inside to try and pull that. I don't want it any tighter than that, but it does help it stand up. And I've just used a regular zip at the back, not a concealed one. It's just edge to edge, and that's worked fine. So I've finished the dress. I'm really happy with it. What I decided to do was these frills on the sleeve right here, I've left those off. So I was going to put them on. I have got them on this t-shirt or this blouse that I'm wearing today. But what I decided was, because I'm going to be wearing this autumn winter, I'm probably layering it up. So probably most of the time it's going to have something over it when I wear it in the daytime. And I feel if it has a full frill on like this, it's probably just going to be getting crumpled up and in the way more often than not. So I thought I'd leave it off. I have put the frill still around the neck, but I did a little bit of a deeper seam for the neck because I felt I didn't want it standing up too sort of clown-like. You do need to make sure that you try it on and check what that looks like on you, because I think if you make it too deep it can look a little bit much. So what I did was I gathered it, pressed it with the iron, and then tried it on. And then on the inside, to keep some of the sort of gathers and pleats in place, I did a few little stitches, just hand stitches on the inside, just to keep it from moving around. And I found that works, because I've got another one that I just did as a refashion. I didn't use it, I didn't have this pattern then actually, but I'd seen an image like this and I tried to recreate it on a refashion a couple of years ago. And I did the same thing on the neck then. I added a few gathers or a few little stitches on the inside, just to keep the collar standing up nicely while it's being worn, and that works really well. You do find on this one that this frill around the bottom, it's not a very full frill. So you get the effect that there is an extra layer, an extra tier there, but as I said, they're very delicate little ruffles. So if you wanted it to look really full around the bottom, just make those pieces a little bit longer. So that's another piece of my fabric from my gifted fabric, and also from my stash used up, and also another item for my autumn winter wardrobe. So I'm really pleased with that. Please let me know in the comments if you've made this Alexa frill dress before, and also what you're up to this week, because I love hearing from you and I do read all the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye for now.